Stars Fell Again is a really brilliant film, and this is a sequel to Stars Fell in Alabama, which is also a very good film. This was released in 2023. It's directed by V.W. Shaikh and is written by Yulin Lee, V.W. Shaikh, and Robert Wyndham. And we have a cast including Ciara Hanna, James Maslow, Tom Connolly, Drew Moerlein, and Ali Faulkner. And Bryce wants to propose to Madison. He's planned this proposal, but things keep getting in the way. And also, Madison's sister Harper is getting married as well. So part of the film is about the attempts at this proposal, and part of it is about the upcoming wedding. And I think the two parts of the narrative are handled very well. They're balanced very well. They obviously combine together very effectively. And I really thoroughly enjoyed both parts. It's quite unpredictable. It gets quite dramatic at one point. And I had a lot of fun with it. And of course, there are several questions. Will the wedding go ahead? Because there is something that Harper's not quite sure about. But I'll say no more than that. And then, of course, the big question is, will Bryce ever actually be able to propose? And if he does, will Madison even say yes? And of course, I'm not going to answer any of those questions, but I was really excited to find out, actually. I was really fully invested in this narrative from the beginning. And not necessarily because I was invested with the previous film. I did like the previous film, but I wasn't necessarily desperate to find out what happened next. I hadn't really had much of a connection with those characters. So it's not like I was already emotionally invested in their journey. I feel like for me, this film was even better than the first film. I preferred the journey. I found the characters to be even more interesting than they were with the first film. So I definitely think this is better, and that's unusual for a sequel. It does happen, but usually sequels are not quite as good as the first film, and this one I actually think was better. So if you liked the first film, Stars Fell in Alabama, I absolutely recommend this film. But if you haven't seen either, do check out the other film first. Technically, you don't need to have seen it to be able to follow this narrative, but I do recommend both films, and watching them in order is, in my opinion, the best way to go. This is a great film, great story, really fabulous characters, solid performances. It's not the most Christmassy film. It is around the holiday period, but it's not too sickly sweet. So if you don't like Christmas films that are a little too festive, then actually this one's probably going to be okay. Very well written narrative, really thoroughly enjoyable. Honestly, I have nothing but praise for this. Stars Fell Again. It's a brilliant sequel, a brilliant film, really thoroughly enjoyed it, very well written narrative, very happy to recommend it. I thought Stars Fell Again was a pretty great film.